Off is Charles J. That just in case you ain't heard of me. They told me it was too late, but I promise that I'll be the first to speak. Most of these rappers, they fake, but you can't have your way. This ain't Burkhead. Everybody said it won't be till they see smoke, then they realize they'd rather have turkey meat.
What it do, what it do. It's 903 Boxing. I'm your host, Charles J. Say, man, Jamel Charlo is the most dangerous fighter in boxing. The most dangerous fighter in boxing. I've come to that conclusion, and I just want to just chop it up on that. But also, I'm seeing some shit, and I'm peeping some shit, and I just want to talk about some shit too. You know, everybody saying Bud should have been doing this, and he should have been, I guess, promoting himself and promoting his brand, and he should have been talking, and that's why he don't sell and shit like that. I don't know. He did an interview with $1 million worth of game, and that shit on, it's blowing up right now. Everybody talking about it, and I think it was a great interview. But and yeah, we got to hear a lot from Bud that we ain't seen and shit like that. But I just think that's a two-way street. I think that I think a lot of times as us as fans, as content creators, as people with big followings and stuff like that, we keep talking about he not talking, but how many people actually reached out to him? Because let me tell you something, all the black platforms reached out to Ryan. That motherfucker was on the private podcast, I Am Athlete, Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson twice. So it's about what platform you get. Yeah. That's why I say them motherfuckers, that's why I say black folks laid out the red carpet for Ryan. He was interviewed on every black platform. Not on Telemundo, but on every black platform. So what I'm saying is, Mike Tyson ain't never had Bud on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. He ain't never even had Spence on there. He ain't never had Wilder on there. It's a lot of shit. So, but he had Ryan on there twice. So what I'm saying is this, that shit go two ways. Also, the man I'm doing a video about, he talk all the time, and he talk big shit. He mean, attitude, retarded. He a ignorant motherfucker, and he back it up in the ring. So I posed a question to my audience. I posed a question to boxing. Why is Jamel Charlo not? I think he should be damn near the face of boxing. I think he should be a top 3 star in boxing. Jamel Charlo should be a top 3 if shit was real. That's why I say you motherfuckers contradict yourself. You say he should talk shit. Jamel Charlo talk big shit. And he have some of the most heated press conferences. His face-offs is legendary. He ignorant, bro. And ain't no fear in his heart for no fighter. He has never showed no fear, no hesitation, nothing. And so Jamel Charlo got everything, and he produced knockouts for you casual motherfuckers that get bored when a motherfucker outbox a motherfucker for 12 rounds. Now Jamel Charlo can outbox you and then knock you the fuck out. That's what he does. So if knockout sells so much, and if attitude and grit and talking shit, if all that really sell, and black, cause y'all only say black fighters got to do it. I don't hear nobody else say nobody else got to do it. So you keep saying black fighters got to talk and we got to speak out and be mean and be a villain. Jamel Charlo been a villain. He been speaking out, and he knocked motherfuckers out. So that he should be a pay-per-view star in my opinion. So I guess it don't work for everybody. Andre talk a lot of shit, but Andre has no following. Let me tell you something. Black folks abandoned Andre about 7 years ago. Black folks do not fuck with Andre. And it's a couple of that do. Listen, it's a couple of that do. But as a whole, how many of you motherfuckers see an Andre video? When last time you motherfuckers seen a black channel do an Andre video? All this fighting you motherfuckers doing for Benavidez that Canelo just gotta fight him, and it's the most exciting shit ever. He been ducking Andre for over 5 years, bro. Andre had the WBO belt at 160. Canelo had the other 3 belts. He didn't want to fight for undisputed at 160. But he jumped his dust ass, orange hair having ass up to 168 where it was sweet at. Billy Joe Saunders, John Ryder, Callum Smith, and then Caleb, who phased in later rounds. That was the easiest run to undisputed you could have ever done. He'd rather take them 4 fights than to take that one fight with Andre at 160 and grab that WBO belt and become undisputed. Didn't do it, bro. And you were the franchise at 160, franchise WBC champion. Jamel Charlo was the regular WBC champion. That's why I said you was supposed to knock them off to complete the division. So I look at shit like that. Like I said, I don't know what it's gonna take. I guess it's just whoever you motherfuckers pick. Because like I said, Andre talked plenty of shit and he back it up in the ring, but I think as black fans and content, we just got our picks. We just jump on whoever hot. That's why Tank, man, let me tell you something. I salute Tank as a fighter, but he got some of the fakest fans and a lot of you motherfuckers didn't start liking Tank till you got hot, bro. You ain't following him in his whole career. A lot of you motherfuckers, you newfound Tank motherfuckers. A lot of you newfound, and a lot of you newfound Shakur fan. You motherfuckers ain't been fucking with Shakur like that, bro. A lot of you motherfuckers really playing. That's why I said we just jump from couch to couch and shit like that, and we just whatever hot, bro, whatever hot. So just like it was hot for you motherfuckers to make videos about Loma getting robbed. I let me tell you something. I did not know it was that many black boxing channels. I really did, bro. Man, every day I was seeing 5 to 10 different black channels coming out about Loma getting robbed. I had never seen you motherfuckers. Motherfuckers created channels just to fight for Loma and shit. But anyway, like I said, I think Bud should have, and also Bud is, a lot of people keep talking about he don't do numbers, but what we feel to, and this ain't no Bud take up for a campaign, but I'm just speaking real shit. How many fighters fight on pay-per-view? Cause Bud been on pay-per-view 4 times. How many fighters fight on pay-per-view? Spencer been on pay-per-view 5, 6 times. How many fighters are fighting on pay-per-view? When you say somebody don't sell, that mean 90% of fighters don't sell then. Because Bud has actually been on pay-per-view 4 times. You got fighters who've never been on pay-per-view, but they get praised. You know, it's a bunch of weird shit to me. But yeah, it ain't but 5 stars in boxing. It ain't but 5 fighters that's fighting on pay-per-view. It ain't but 5 of them. That's Wilder, that's Spence, that's Bud, that's Tank, and now Devin Haney. So nah, it ain't a lot of fighters that's even fighting on pay-per-view. So at this point, like I say, most fighters don't sell. I'm just tired of you motherfuckers trying to point out that a black fighter don't sell. And content creators, y'all motherfuckers just, and fans, y'all play for it. I mean, Jamel and Andre, it won't really do numbers. And y'all always, when it's a black fight, that fight really won't do numbers, and it won't do numbers. Like I said, I just wish you motherfuckers look at the numbers at Bivol and Better Beef or some shit like that. A lot of you motherfuckers, like I said, you motherfuckers just prostitutes at this point. You motherfuckers just a bunch of prostitutes. You motherfuckers are the best trained dogs I've ever seen in my life. You motherfuckers don't want to upset nothing that mainstream media has to say, so you agree with whatever they say. But like I said about Jamel Charlo should be, at this point, one of the biggest stars in boxing, hands down. Fans don't even talk about him. Fans don't even talk. If you ask most of these motherfuckers, they'll tell you Jamel Charlo don't sell either. So I think Jamel Charlo is arguably the most exciting fighter in boxing, and I think he's the most underrated knockout artist in boxing. I think he has the most underrated power in boxing. Because a lot of people look over there because he can box. Jamel will catch you with some shit in the 8th round you don't even see coming. So like I said, the way he changed speeds and the way he just turn up and he switch levels, he just dangerous, bro. And another thing I got to talk about, Jamel Charlo, when you talk about all these stars in boxing, out of all the stars in boxing, I think Errol Spence got a hell of a resume. Bud got a hell of a resume. Wilder got a hell of a resume. Tank got a good resume. Devin got a good resume. Shakur, all them dudes got pretty good resumes. I think Jamel Charlo got the most solid resume. I think he got the most solid, and even though a lot of times people just look at divisions, and if you can go up this many divisions, that's more impressive. Jamel Charlo has done some shit that you really ain't seen since like the 90s. Jamel Charlo, unlike most black fighters, he's fought several great black fighters. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, Tank do impressive shit, but you ain't done it to a black elite fighter. You ain't done it to a black fighter that's as fast and quick as you. That's all I'm saying. That's why a lot of times people rate Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd, even though Floyd one of my favorite fighters. But Floyd never fought a Tommy Hearns. He never fought that kind of. He fought Sugar Shane Mosley, who was good but kind of old. He fought Zab Judah, that was a good win. Those were good wins. But Sugar Ray Leonard fought a lot of black fighters. He fought Hagler and shit like that. So he fought a lot of. He fought what's my man Benitez. He fought some bad boys. So a lot of time, and it ain't Floyd fault. His era just wasn't as great as Leonard's. And not saying that Leonard is better than Floyd, because you don't know that unless they fight. But Leonard definitely fought tougher competition, and he fought elite black fighters. So that's what a lot of old heads would tell you about boxing. Floyd beat a lot of Mexicans. I'm just gonna be honest, but he did it very impressively. He fought some tough ass Mexicans, but like I said, bro, it was different in the 80s and the 90s. You had to go against a lot of black elites, which in times now, like I said, it's damn near frowned upon for black fighters to fight other elite black fighters. But Jamel done it with Lubin when Lubin was a monster. Everybody was scared of Lubin, and he stopped him in the first round. He fought Charles Hatley, who was from Texas also, and there was a fight he fought in Houston. So Jamel Charlo has fought black fighter Tony Harrison twice. And I'm gonna tell you something about Tony Harrison, and I've noticed this about certain fighters. Certain fighters rise for certain fights. The second Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo fight was Tony Harrison's career best performance ever. Bro, he fought the fight of his life, and he brought all the smoke to Jamel. And at one point, I said, Jamel finna lose. That's why I said Jamel power is different. When he dropped Tony Harrison in the second round of the second fight, Tony Harrison got up and started walking Jamel down. All the way up to like the 10th round when he got dropped with that left hook. But all the way up to the 10th round, he was walking through Jamel's shots. And I was like, damn. Throughout the fight, I'm like, Jamel can't hurt him no more. I said, this motherfucker walking through. Then before I know it, 11th round, the left hook land. He got that kind of power that's out of nowhere. You think he was just walking through his shit, and he can kick. That motherfucker got that chick. He got that shit, man. It's some scary shit. That's some scary shit when you think you can walk through a motherfucker, and out of nowhere, late in the rounds, he just catch you with some shit you don't see coming. So, he beat Tony Harrison twice. He fought Hazen Rosario, which is pretty much another black fight. And that motherfucker was a lot of people don't talk about, man, and the way he done Julian J. Rock. And Julian J. Rock had just put up a great performance against Jared Hurd. A great performance. Well, I thought Jared Hurd was going to destroy Julian J. Rock. Julian J. Rock fought the fight of his life. But the way Hazen Rosario ran through Julian J. Rock, I was like, Jamel, bro, you in? Because he's a hard puncher. He's very aggressive, and he a dog. Hazen Rosario was a dog, and we had never seen him buckle. We had never seen, he had looked invincible. So a lot of times people look at when Jamel stopped him to the body, then Lubin turned around and stopped him to the body, that he just weak to the body. But Jamel exposed that when he looked invincible. So that Hazen Rosario was a very underrated win. He knocked out Cotto in devastating fashion. And then he fought Castano twice, who's a very tough opponent. So like I said, Jamel has he fought tough dudes, and he's knocked out dudes that was undefeated, that had never even been dropped before. So at this point, I think he damn near got one of the best, if not the best resume in boxing, in my opinion, because he's fought the tougher competition. It ain't always about the divisions. It's about the competition he's fought. Brian Castano is a tough-ass opponent. And I ain't gonna lie, that motherfucker got one of the sneakiest right hand. And I'm gonna tell you something, even in that fight, when you look at that second fight, bro, I was like, bro, Castano walking through that shit now. All the way up to what they were about to, the 10th round when he dropped him with the left hook and buckled him with that delayed react. But before that, Castano had started walking through Jamel Charlo shots, and Jamel was just basically boxing, using the jab well, and out of nowhere, the left hook, bow. And like I said, he got that out of nowhere power. The kind of pressure Castano put on you, and the kind of durability that he got, he can make a lot of fighters fold in there. That was a tough ass fight, and he fought him twice. He fought Tony Harrison twice. He stopped Lubin when Lubin was the man. And let me tell you something, bro. I just think Jamel Charlo need a little more goddamn respect on his name. And like I said, it shows how racist boxing is and how biased boxing is, and how a lot of us as fans, we don't stick with real shit. Because Jamel Charlo should definitely be a pay-per-view star. He should definitely be one of the top 5 names in boxing, hands down. in my opinion. And I talk a lot of shit about Devin. I'm proud of him getting the win over Loma. You undisputed. You won twice. But even Devin, Jamel Charlo is far ahead. He's ahead of Devin. I got him ahead of Tank. I got him ahead of Shakur. He's more proven. He's fought elite competition after elite competition, and he stopped them. The only people in boxing that's up there with Jamel Charlo, in my opinion, is Spencer or Bud. That's it. Other than that, bro, he the most proven fighter in boxing. And like I said, bro, he's the most underrated fighter in boxing, in my opinion, besides Andre. Andre is also one of the most underrated that fans do not fuck with him. He has no black fan base at all. I'm gonna keep saying that shit. It's a couple of us that fuck with him. I fuck with Andre strong. And matter of fact, I got a video coming by Andre because he's one of my favorite fighters. But like I said, and I wish we fight and pressure Canelo to fight him, like we pressuring David Benavidez, because he supposed to been fought Andre, like I said before. But we didn't have no fight for that. We didn't have no fight. We mumbled and complained a little bit about it, but y'all ain't started no movement like you started with Benavidez got to fight him and shit like that. So at this point, a fighter is only worth what the fans make them. So if we don't value our fighter, nobody else will. So yeah, this is 903 Boxing. I am your host, Charles J. With that, I'm out.